Open up your video section. We're going to cover the direct variation equation. We're going to take a look at the parts of the formula. So where does each part come from? The y is going to come from an ordered pair. The x is going to come from an ordered pair. And the x is called our constant of variation. And we're going to refer to it as the COV. So let's start looking and practicing with the constant of variation. In the first equation, y is equal to 1/3 x. Our constant of variation is going to be 1/3. In our equation, y equals 4x. Our constant of variation is going to be 4. In our equation, y is equal to negative 2/5 x. Our constant of variation is negative 2/5. So you can see that the constant of variation is the number that is being multiplied by x. So now let's look at some problems. The first problem that we have is y varies directly to x. As soon as we see varies directly, we need to be thinking direct variation equation. Find the constant of variation, find the direct variation equation, and then find the missing value. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to write our formula. We're going to write y is equal to kx, and then we're going to write k equals and y equals, because we're going to find our constant of variation first, and then we're going to use it to find our direct variation equation. So we're going to look at the values that they've given us. Y is negative 8 when x is negative 2. That means these two are in an ordered pair. So we're going to write them as the ordered pair. X is negative 2 and y is negative 8. And of course we're going to label x and y. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use those numbers to find our constant of variation, or find our k. So we're going to begin and we're going to do y is equal to kx. We're going to put the negative 8 in for the y, and we're going to put the negative 2 in for the x. Then we're going to ask, is the variable on the left? It's not, so we're going to do symmetric. So negative 2k is equal to negative 8. Divide by negative 2, opposite operation, divide by negative 2, k is equal to 4. So now I know what k equals. So k equals 4, and I'm going to use that to write my direct variation equation, which is going to be 4x. So now I have my direct variation equation, and I also have my constant of variation. I'm going to use my direct variation equation in order to find my missing x. So I'm going to do y is equal to 4x, and that's the equation that I'm going to start with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in what I know. So I'm going to put 32 in for y is equal to 4x. 4x is equal to 32. Opposite operation, this is multiplication, so we're going to divide by 4, division, and it's going to be x is equal to 8. So my 8 goes up here in the ordered pair. It said to find the constant of variation. So here is my constant of variation. It said to find the direct variation equation. Here's my direct variation equation. And it said to find the missing value, and the missing value was x. All right, so we'll start again. As soon as we see varies directly, I know that I need to write y is equal to kx. I'm going to find my COV, so I'm going to find k, and I'm going to find my DVE, so I'm going to find my y equals equation. The first thing I'm going to do is find my ordered pairs. So the ordered pair is 3, because that's x, and negative 9. This is x, this is y. I'm going to take my formula for direct variation. Y is equal to kx. I'm going to put negative 9 in for y, and I'm going to put 3 in for x. Negative 9 is equal to 3x. Is the variable on the left? It's not, so I'm going to do symmetrical. 3x is equal to negative 9. Divide by 3, divide by 3. K is equal to negative 3. So I'm going to put k is equal to negative 3. That is my constant of variation. Now I'm going to use my constant of variation to find my direct variation equation. So my 3 drops down here, and it's going to multiply times x. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my next ordered pair. So it says find y. I don't know what y is, but I know that x is negative 5. So this is x, this is y. I'm going to need my direct variation equation to find my y. So I'm going to do y is equal to 3x. I used my direct variation equation. I'm going to substitute in. What I have here is y is equal to 3 times negative 5. So y is equal to negative 15. So my negative 15 is the missing value. So that's the value that I needed. And then I also found my DVE, my direct variation equation, and I found my constant of variation. Okay? This next one. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I see varies directly, which means I need to write y is equal to kx, COV, which is going to be k equals, DVE, which is going to be y equals. Take my first ordered pair. X is 18, y is 12. X, y. I'm going to take my direct variation formula. Y is equal to kx. I'm going to put my 12 in, equals k times 18. Is equal to 18k. Is the variable on the left? It's not, so I'm going to do symmetric. 18k is equal to 12. Divide by 18, divide by 18. K is going to be equal to 2/3 when I simplify both numerator and denominator by 6. So now I have my constant of variation is 2/3. I'm going to drop that down into my direct variation equation, and now I have my direct variation equation. Now I'm going to use that to find my missing x. My y is negative 16, so I'm going to take y is equal to 2/3 x. So I'm going to use my direct variation equation, and I'm going to plug in negative 16 is equal to 2/3 x. Is the variable on the left? It's not. So I'm going to do 2/3 x is equal to negative 16. What math operation is the 3 doing? It's dividing, so I'm going to multiply by 3 over 1, multiply by 3. So I get 2x is equal to negative 48. What math operation is it? It's multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to negative 24. So negative 24 is my missing value. And now you know how to use the direct variation equation.